What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bare Basic Lawns. Today we are getting in some watering action. So last night I made the video of doing the mow action, and now we're doing the second phase, which is the prep work of watering. So like I said earlier in my videos, I don't have irrigation, so I hand water myself. And that's what I'm doing, guys. So I'm hand watering myself. I'm prepping the lawn for what it is of, oh man, that sun just hit me right in the face. Hold on a second. And so I'm prepping the lawn for what it is of watering, even though we got a good amount of rain. What was it, Sunday? Today is Wednesday. So that's some good rain. I'm still just prepping it the way it is. Even though it did rain, it still is, 95 degrees outside. So even though it rained 4.5 inches, I still want to prep it for water, just in case, because by now it probably is all gone, except for over there. Like I said in my last video last night, that side over there, all of that over here, that whole drip line area over there gets really wet, and it still gets saturated, but I'm still prepping it. It's not really going to be that much of a video today, guys. Like I said, I'm just prepping it as far as the water. I did kind of want to, however, go over the irrigation system. That's what I just ran right now. I did one zone. So what I think what I do here, watch. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. So like I mentioned in my last video of doing my irrigation system, I'm going to kind of dial it in, and kind of what I found is exactly what I'm going to do. So I already ran zone 1. So like for this one here I have it off. Then the one over by the drain spout right there, that's on. And then over to this one here, that's off. And then, you guys get the picture. This is on, that's off, and then that corner one is on. So it's getting pretty good range. I think it was hitting to about that expansion joint. And so I just got my rotary sprinkler and just hit all of that already by the street. And then this little area right here, probably what it doesn't hit, like this one here, should go kind of in about the middle. It almost hits to about the edge of the grass line, which is kind of about, let me see, but pretty much where see that expansion joint right there? That expansion joint, all of it right, I don't know how to do it right here, but all of that right here, it's that line right there. So it gets pretty good range. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch it up, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So just like I mentioned, this one was on. So now I'm going to turn this one off. Turn it off. Then same thing, this one was off. Now I'm turning this on. And then same thing for this one. This one was off, or this one is on, sorry. Now I'm turning it off. This one was off. Now it's on. You guys are getting the gesture, right? Getting how it goes. Then this one was on. Turn it off. This one was off. Now we're turning it on. Let me go ahead and move you guys before you get blasted, and I need to go buy a new phone, even though I do. Sorry if you hear this air conditioner right here. It is 90 degrees already for already hitting 7:15 in the evening. But the range is pretty good as far as like the ones that I told you. You can see in here, let me see if I can, you can kind of see what is wet, right? This is wet, and then you can kind of see that this is dry based on the color. I know I'm not pointing it right, but that this is dry, this is wet. So the range is pretty good, and so the line continues from that expansion joint all the way up to the fence line. So all of that, it gets, it's a good, like I said before, I don't care if it goes a foot or 2 or 3 over. I don't mind it as long as it waters the grass. That's all I care about. Before before I was doing what I was doing before, as not hitting anything. So let me go ahead and let me see here. that front one there blasts pretty good. So I think I'm gonna put you guys in the corner over here. Give me a second, guys. Let me get this going. All right, last thing to do is just turn it on. Everything is on and off for what I want. So now all I gotta do, I gotta change out this valve here. I got a 4-way because this is already taken, and but that's for another time. But let's go ahead and turn it on and see what we're working with. Now I'm gonna start running to you because it's gonna get me. But here I come. All right, guys. So I don't know if you can see it. It's still kind of light, but in the corner over here, it is hitting the cement. So that, or the foundation. So that's good. That means that it's reaching to where I want it to go. And then it's kind of hitting you can see it already hitting there. So it's producing a good line of spray, and I can feel it on my feet. So this first one here, it's hitting my feet. So it is really kind of spraying, which is okay. I don't care. If I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like it's kind of almost to the air conditioner foundation. It looks like, it's probably maybe hitting to about right there. So it's not doing too much, like I mentioned. I don't want to blast the house. That's the main thing. You got good overlap here. Can you guys see that? We got good overlap right in here from that front one there. So it's going, every hose was 10 feet, right? So this one, and then to this has been 10 feet. So it's going at least 15 feet, which is fine. That's, I don't care. As long as the grass gets watered. This one here it's going, about the same like I showed you earlier. So that's good. We already sprayed this zone, so this is just overlapping this, and it's just mainly getting in front of here, which is fine. That's where I want. And then I kind of, this one here, I kind of tuned it. That's what I mean. Before you can rotate the head 45 degrees. It's 360 turn, and you can position it any which way you want. And so I've like for this one here, the one that's off, I have that one 180 degrees, so it blasts everything right, in its path along the border trim, and then everything that it needs. So I apologize, guys. So in my last segment that I filmed, my freaking microphone died, and I can't find my other one. It's really getting annoying right now. So I'm sorry, guys, that I cut it out just a little bit short. Mainly, what I was saying is that I rotated the sprinkler head to just enough position to where it was hitting the sidewalk pretty much, as far as where that one in the corner was hitting. So it is doing a really good job, guys. I'm really happy with this irrigation system that I'm doing. Sorry if I keep checking my mic. I just want to make sure I record this segment before I sign off and it gets too dark, because it's already getting dark. I had to kill 15 minutes freaking charging this last microphone so I could just finish this video before I spray, and then I can post it to you guys and show you the spray for tomorrow, because that's what I'm mainly doing. So, but in this video right here, check it out, guys. What do you guys think? This is the first one. I got it all the way down the side of the house. Let's take a walk. What do you guys think? I got it all the way down here. So I want to check it out, because I still have this side to do. If my microphone will let me. I think I'm just gonna sign off right here, and then maybe just record a little montage of me dialing it in and watering the grass right here on the side, just so that way I could talk to you guys before it gets dark, and go from there. So I got the last one here. What I'm thinking is, guys, I think I'm going to, if it's like 11 feet, or so, and I can get it to right at this pillar, and if I can, let me see here, how am I going to do this? Okay, how about that? If I can get it just to the outside of the edge right here, and maybe feed it the hose just through under here, let me see, like this. So go, sorry if I'm a little crooked too. I just noticed that it looked straight when I walked away, but if I can feed the hose all the way through here, pop it up. I'm going to see how far that one hits. If it hits right here, then and I can maybe dial it in to get over here. I'll show you guys in a second, to get this little tree area, and then just tee it off this way and get all of this. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Instead of, like I said before, get that big heavy rotary sprinkler. If I can make that work, I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I was talking about is get it just to this edge, because that would be the backyard, all of this. So I'm the sprinkler head right here, and it'll spray just along the foundation, and then it should get all of this. And I'm hoping, maybe dial it in to where it can kind of reach this area. Now this area sucks, sorry, but this area sucks. And like I said, in my last video, we can get a plugger and everything, and I want to get some plugs and maybe plug this area. That's kind of my goal. But yeah, speaking of my last video, guys, I think I'm going to sign off right here and do my montage. Guys, you are awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. That was awesome. I wasn't expecting my video to blow up already. I think last time I looked, I was at 2,700 views in just a day. And normally my videos don't really blow up. I think my last like 4 or 5 I've done, it's just me, vlogging and mowing and edging, and talking about me always wanting to spray, and I never get it done. But guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm not necessarily doing this to get monetized, or if I do, that's great. I don't care. I enjoy doing this, in the long run. Here, let me put this down so I can stop holding this and walk around. But but uh but yeah, I mean, I truly love the support, guys. And I've replied back to a couple of you guys, but the last couple that I saw, I haven't replied back, just because I was going to make this video. I was going to tell you guys in the video, but I see that they did up the price in the aerator. I bought it during the pre-sale, and it was 300, and now it's 400. I see that. Yeah, I was like, whoa, I didn't realize all of a sudden they upped the price. So like I think the last guy said, I have no control of the price, but that's what I bought it for. It is unfortunate that when I made that and they upped the price, it is a lot. But I will say, in the long run, like I mentioned, it will save you, in my opinion, to go rent an aerator machine at 140 bucks. And if you do that 2 or 3 times a season, then do the math. That's already $450 at the most, and you just bought an aerator that you can do 5-6 times a year and get it all done, at the price of 300 bucks. Now 400. Even the singular one, I think, was 299. I think that one was 300, and then the dual one was 400. I want to say that's what it was. It is unfortunate, guys, but I have no control, like I just mentioned, of the price. I only just posted the video because I really like their products, and I wanted to show you guys different products and what I use, and maybe persuade you guys to try some equipment. Who knows, at today's economy, $450 a year, or every year, do the math. That's $900 in 2 years at the most. Or you could spend $300 or $400 for 1 year, and get it done in however long you want to do it, or whatever the case may be. If you do it 4 times a year at 150 bucks, do the math compared to 4 times a year with this, and all you got to do is just do it yourself, and when it's a hard rain, just get it done. So, but that's enough of me rambling on. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I did not expect that video to get where it is, and like I mentioned before, I don't do this to get to get fame or anything. I'm just showing you guys good content, like I mentioned before. I truly enjoy now doing yard work and sharing my story. The yard does look a little rough right now. Hopefully in the long run, I will get it dialed in. This is the first season, like I mentioned. So, people down the road doing it 4, 5, 6 seasons, and their lawn is looking really good, you know, and you know, yes, I'm hoping to get it to that level. But for the meantime, guys, thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. Always like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell. I'm always here to provide you good content. I appreciate it. In the meantime, like I said, I'm gonna get this sprayed and get this watered in and dial it in, and let's go ahead and get that going. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the lawn with some spray.
They're basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.